we showed the development of this symbol here for an aloe, and we used the if and view tool to pick up a color from an image and apply that to various parts of the flower head here. What I want to demonstrate now, we'll leave that symbol and copy it to the right, and what we want to do now is edit this and make a different version of that symbol. But what I would like to use this movie for is to demonstrate the great power that the MatchProperties tool has. So if we open up this flower head, we just edit the block, and what we want to do is the flower you saw in the previous example had all the florets the same color, and I've gone into if and view and I've found that a color that closely matches what we're after is 223-106-88. So let's pick one of these and come in there. It's cream color at the moment, and we mentioned that it's possible to type those three values in, and by typing them in you get a true color value. If we say select a true color, what we're doing is typing new values into this little box. So I'll go back to this point here, leave it at just index color, and we're going to type in that set of values 223-108, and 88. Whoops, I need to take my block out. I think it was actually 106. Can't read my handwriting. And we'll say OK. So what we're looking for now is this selected polyline gives me about the color I want. Now we're going to change all of these parts of the flower to that color. So we come to Modify, MatchProperties, and this is a wonderful tool because it takes the properties of whatever you start with and pushes them to the rest that you've selected. So we say select an entity to pick it up, and we just click like so. But that's tedious. What we can do is say repeat MatchProperties, pick this one up and select the first corner of the selection window. So in we go, and magically all of them change. Whoops, what I needed to do was set that as some sort of green color and then close the block editor, and there we are. We now have a completely different symbol, but by using the MatchProperties tool we were able to make a new symbol. And all we need to do, as you know, is say create the block and we're away. I would be inclined to be a little bit careful about the name of this block and the name of the block over here. And if we go to the, that's the Aloe flower Echidna, and this one is the original one that we were working on. I would rename that when we've moved on to a flower head. I think this is close to the red form cameronii, but just say C-A-M-E-R and take out Echidna, because then we're making the symbol in two similar blocks quite separate. So there should be no confusion, and if we inserted for some reason both of them in fact, you can see exactly what happened. I renamed that and I got myself into trouble. Well, I very nearly outsmarted myself and demonstrated the potential problem. This is the original one. If we jump in here and say edit the block, this one is called Aloe Echidna, and if we close the new one that we're about to make, I've called that Aloe Flowerhead cameronii. So I've made the internal blocks within the symbol quite separate, because if you make them exactly the same, you saw what happened. We simply automatically, because they had the same name, and we did that insert, then these changed as well. So we're now in a position to create a block. So it's pretty simple to create that block, give it a meaningful name, give it a sensible midpoint, which would be in the center. So we've made a new block from an old symbol, but we did it quickly and easily with the MatchProperties tool. But MatchProperties will match color as we've done here, but it will match line type, rotate, all hatch areas, all sorts of things. It will match. It's well worth playing with when you have to update, and you can use that inclusive window or a crossing window. You don't have to pick individual elements. So again, I hope that helps. Well, having made a little mistake as we were developing it, I found that you can take advantage of this mistake. I've made a new block called Aloe 2 types, and if we pick this flowerhead, it's called Aloe Flowerhead cameronii, as they all are, because they've all got that overall red shape. But we can switch them on the fly. We can say, I'll change to the echidna, and there it is. Not sure if we can change both at the same time, but we'll try. And there we are. So you can grab all of the symbols, just switch them. So I'm now thinking we could take advantage of this capability of gCADPlus, which I wasn't aware of, and we've been working on it for many years. We ought to be able to do some fairly slick and sophisticated symbols in gCADPlus.